that, because that's actually what happened. He didn't lose it, so who cares? Oh, big running knee. Oh, and Mr. Bones has got him up. He distracted. Got him up. Fine. Oh, my goodness. Death Valley Driver. Death Valley Driver. 2, 3, and Mr. Bones.
What up? Welcome back to the Necro Zoo. I am Bones, and in this one, we're going to take a look at the next figure that I will be adding to my McFarlane DC Multiverse collection. Now, I have been trying to hunt down the Darkfather wave, but I have had no luck. But pretty cool being able to get out there and hunt, and eventually I will pick them up. I do have a couple of figures that I've been sitting on so that I could do at least a couple of more reviews. But of course today it will be the Unmasked Thomas Wayne from the Flashpoint storyline. Now, of course, this was released before as just the regular Flashpoint Batman, and it was one of my favorite figures from 2020. This guy looks pretty cool in his packaging, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at him. Now, of course, he does come with his standard black McFarlane DC Multiverse stand. Now, you don't always need them, but they are cool to have around. He does come with the data file card. Now, the only difference between this card and the original card that was given to us is that it does say Unmasked Flashpoint Batman, but there's not really any differences on the back where it gives you the information. Just the Unmasked is added, so we'll go ahead and add that to the collection. Now, he does come with 2 of these pistols. Now, they do have a little bit of gray wash on them, but they are your standard pistols. Kind of look like some Desert Eagles there. Pretty cool. And then this figure actually comes with this sword. Now, in the storylines, I'm not sure. I think this is from Wonder Woman. Like, somehow it has to do with Amazonians, but I'm not sure. But I know he does use this to kill Throng, the Reverse Flash in the original Flashpoint storyline. But it's pretty cool. Now, it is a little bit flimsy, but we know how to stiffen it up a little bit, so not too bad. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. Starting off with the head. Now, this is just basically the same release, just with a little bit of alterations. But let's take a look at the head. Now, it is a really nice head sculpt. It doesn't really match up to the Flashpoint Thomas Wayne, but I think it's when they reintroduced the character in Rebirth. I think this head sculpt is more fitted to that image. Now, a lot of people have been saying that his jaw is really thick. Now, what I noticed is that if you tilt his head a little bit forward, you release the bottom lower jaw from where the neck is, and it does thin out a little bit. You could actually squeeze it in and make it look a little bit thinner. He does still have tilt, and he could look down, which is the most character you're gonna get out of him, because he cannot look up at all, and that's mostly because this beautiful mane of hair, feathered gray locks, just will not let you move the head up at all. I may try and do a little bit of work and Dremel it out, but I doubt it because I did pick up two of these. One for my unopened mint inbox collection, and one for the shelf. But I haven't pulled the trigger on picking up another one. But I might. I still might do that. So, uh, head sculpt is really nice, really cool, like an older Thomas Wayne. The only thing I would have liked is if they just gave him a little bit more uh, shadow, like beard stubble. I just think it would look a little bit better. But that's a nitpick. So let's go ahead and look now. He has that awesome Batman emblem from Flashpoint. Really iconic symbol. Moving down, of course, I love these figures. You have the rock from side to side, and then you could twist them and then tilt them back and a little bit forward. But I just really love the dexterity of the abdominal section you get with these McFarlane figures. It's pretty cool. You could rock them and tilt them in different positions. Let's go ahead and look at the arms, which is the same standard butterfly joint. He does have double jointed elbows, and then he does have the wrist ball joint that you could articulate. Looking at the gauntlet into the hand, it's not as smooth as some of the other ones, but it's not as bad. It just has a little gap where you could see it, but if you're to see it far away, you can't really tell. It's only when you see it up close that you could really see the difference from the hand going into the wrist. Now going down, he does have that pretty cool belt from Flashpoint. Missing a lot of paint on this. There's like minimal paint. It's just one solid plastic color, red, like a deep red, but pretty cool with the pouches. And moving down, let's take a look at his thigh swivel. Pretty tight. I mean, he does have it, but doesn't have that much range of motion. And then of course he does have the holsters for his gun. Moving down, he does have double jointed knees, and then he does have ankle articulation. If you tilt it, he has some rocker there, and then of course he does have toe articulation. Pretty cool, armored up lower boots and stuff like that, but of course, like I said, this is pretty much the same as the original release. Let's check him out from the bottom. He does have some tread down there at the bottom. Take a look underneath the cape. Pretty nice sculpt work up on the back there. The cape has nice sculpt work, and then you get to the top, which is one of the other only main differences is that he has like this cowl, like where his mask is bundled up here on his back. Pretty nice sculpt work, and this was just added. You could tell he just added it on with some glue. Now, let's go ahead and bring out the original release, which is one of, like I said before, is one of my favorite releases. Pretty cool. This one only came with the guns like these, and of course, if you want, you could stick these into the holsters to storage them. They slide right in there. Pretty nice. Because of course this guy did come with the sword that you could also fit in his hand. Like I said, pretty cool sword. He does use it in the storyline of the comics. Fits in his hand. Looks pretty sweet. Now, if you do put these guys next to each other, you get into that, what a lot of people said is that it doesn't really look like, if you were to take the mask off this guy, it doesn't have the same lips or skin tone. You could pretty much see that it's not the same, but it is what it is. I mean, like I said before, if you that's one of the big differences, is that they didn't use this neck from the original release and just poured it onto this body. This neck is actually looks different. This one actually has a little bit of like where you could see the cuts in his neck, and this one is just like solid. It has no definition or anything like that, and you could just see it when you put them in front of each other. This guy's neck is just a little bit thicker, and it looks like more solid compared to this guy's neck. Which what ended up happening is that it made this head, if you push it down, it pops out the jawline, so the jaw looks really thick. So the only thing you could really do is like lift it up and pull it forward. That way it like makes his jaw a little bit more streamlined. But there is a difference. They should have just used the same neck and just painted it flesh colored. But you could tell that they put a different neck on there. But all in all, really nice figure. I mean, it wasn't like a big thing I was waiting for, but I do like the sword, and I might end up making a custom original Flashpoint Batman that I'm gonna like add some highlights of paint and silver, like where it has damage on the armor, and then I'm gonna give him a sword. And they will be releasing a Reverse Flash from McFarlane, so then you could, you know, people could set up a scene where he's like killing the Flashpoint Reverse Flash. So that might be pretty interesting. But I do kind of have that where I want to give a sword to this Flashpoint Batman. But that'll be for the future. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Well, anyways, guys, that's it for now. You guys stay hunting out there, keep collecting, keep customizing, and I will see you on the next one.